On the patient engagement side, I think there's a couple of things that always stand out when we show it to people. One is the medication reconciliation component of it, the ability to pull information in from the hospital's EMR system. Typically we'd pull in demographics, we would pull in upcoming appointments, we'd pull in the medication list they're on, we'd pull in lab results. The ability to integrate with the hospital's EMR system is really key for us. I think the other key integration point is tying into the calendar of that mobile device that person's carrying with them, so that when they have upcoming appointments or reminders or notifications, it shows up right there on their calendar, just like any other event in their daily life. So it could say, pick up the kids from soccer practice at 2 o'clock. By the way, I need to take my medication at 3 o'clock, and tomorrow I have a doctor's appointment at 4 o'clock. It's right there on their calendar, so we integrate with the calendar, and I think that's another key differentiator. And then the ability to recognize the spoken word. We have voice recognition. It sets us apart in the industry. We're able to understand and recognize when people say things like, I walked 4 miles today, my blood pressure is 120/80. Those kinds of things where you might get it off a device, which we can do, or you can manually key it in, but if you can speak it, it just makes it so much easier to use. So I think that's another real key differentiator for us. And the other one that I really, really like is the ability to use HIPAA compliant text messaging, but not in the traditional sense. Yes, we can have, as a provider and patient, a texting session, and it's all HIPAA compliant, and that's great. But we use texting in a number of ways. We also use it to reward, to motivate, and to remind people. So we have this concept of a text bank that we can create based on events and triggers. You'll get a text that say, hey, congratulations, I see where you were able to get your weight today under a certain number. Or, hey, just a reminder, today's your day that you really want to focus on being happy, or whatever the case may be. Or it could be motivational, or it could be anything that you can think of where you'd want to send a text to somebody to remind them, to motivate them, to inspire them. We can create those and have them come automatically. So it takes the burden off the care team to send those out, but the individual receiving them feels like somebody really does care and really is watching over them. And then I guess the final piece about the technology is the ability to connect the care management platform, or we call it the care management workbench, to the patient engagement platform. We have this middle layer, if you will, kind of the rules engine that says, how do we take this data and decipher it and figure out what to pass on to the care team in the form of alerts, notifications. That's very powerful. That this care team that's got this master dashboard that's watching over this patient population gets alerted immediately if somebody's starting to go down a bad path. But the real power of that, as you'll hear in our customer videos, is they have the ability to create the rules around that data. What do they want to be alerted on? How do they want to be alerted? And when they get that notification, what tasks do they want to kick off related to that alert? That's our client's secret sauce. We provide them that framework. They then get to apply that to how they want to manage and watch over their patient population. And I think that's super powerful.